Everybody, how you guys doing today? Welcome to lesson 12.8 where we talk about slicing the list. So we know we have a list that has integers, has strings, it has floats, it can even have variables. We know how to add items to the list, okay? We know how to get item from the list. Well, we can slice a list. So basically when I say slicing is that we want to get more information at one time. Okay, we want to get more items at a time. So to do that, let's say, or to give you a clear example, I want to get 890 moon 67.9 boogie from the variable listy at a time. Right now all we know is that we have to put the index that is zero. We have to put the index of moon, the index of boogie, the index of 45.9. Well, there's an easier way to do that, and that's what I'm going to show you in this video. So to do it, what we need is that we need the listy, okay? We need the listy variable because the listy variable is the one that contains all the lists. And then say I want to get the items from the begin. Let's say I want to get from 890 to boogie. All I can say is that I will say 1 colon. So 890 is index 1. Boogie is, let me count. You can count with me. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So boogie is a 4. Guess what? If I do listy 1 through 4, what is going to happen? Wait a minute, Tawheed. Boogie did not get printed. Exactly. Let me explain why. The reason why Boogie did not get printed is just like the range. The last number gets ignored. So let's say if I say I want the range from 1 to 10, we know for sure that the 10th number is not going to get printed. That is the same way with list. Okay, so if we wanted boogie to be printed, we could have done listy 1 5. Okay, and boogie gets printed. Okay, so that's what you have to remember. You have to remember that the last number does not get printed, and we can print. We can start from the 0. We can say listy. I mean, why would you want to do that if you can just print list? But we can say 0 to 6. Let's see, and it will print from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? But the sixth number doesn't get printed. So if I want 7, I'll just say 0 to 7. Okay? So that's what you have to remember. That's what you have to remember, that the last number does not get printed. It's just like the range function. It's just like the range function, and if you want it, you have to add 1 to it. Okay, so that is it. And what I want to say is that this thing that you get over here, it's actually a list, or we call it a slice. So you have a bigger list, okay? You have a bigger list called listy, and then you have a smaller one. So you just chopped it off. You chopped 1 through 4. You sliced it out. So the second one that gets generated is a slice. If we do something like print 1, no, I gotta say print listy 1. You guys know I'm printing the first item in the list, not 0, but the first item. I get 890. This is a string, and this is another list. This is a list. So if you say listy, and then you give it a range of two distances where you want it to print, the starting point and the end point, it returns you with a smaller list. Okay, it returns you with a mini list. If you guys don't believe me and you guys want to prove, we already know about the type function. Okay, so we can easily say type, and then we can say print. We don't even have to say print. We can just say type, and then we will say listy, and then we'll say 0 to 11, 0 to 4. Okay, close, and it will come out as a type as a list. But if I say type, and I will say listy 1. This is an int. It's not a list because it's an int, and you guys know this is an int. It's not a list. If you want a list, you have to give it a range. Okay, you have to specify one item, a starting point, and then an end point. That is what gives you a range. Okay, and we also have a shortcut. We have another shorthand of printing list. So let's say I want to print I want to start printing from the sorry about that. I want to print from 0 to 2. Okay, I could have easily done from 0, or I can easily done 0:3. Well, but we have an easier way of doing that. We can say something like print listy. You guys remember the variable listy, and then I will say, where am I? I will say colon 2, and the first two items gets printed, stringy and 890. Okay, if I say listy colon 2, stringy and 890 gets printed. Okay, listy colon 2, another list or a slice gets printed. Okay, and if I want to print the numbers after 2, I can just say 2 colon, and then it will print all the numbers after 2. Also, something that we can do is that if we want all the items in the list, we can easily say print listy colon, okay, and it should give us all the items in the list. Okay, and this is a slice. Remember, what we get from printing little ranges in the list is what we call a slice. I want you guys to read your book. The page is up in the description. Try out some example, play with lists, create some fancy lists, do a whole bunch of stuff with lists. Send me emails if you have any questions. Until then, guys, I'll see you in the next video.